Welcome to the Convo podcast, hosted by D.Bail, powered by BrustleMedia.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Convo podcast with your host, media art specialist D.Bail, and I have a very, very special guest. He's a multimedia, radio, and television personality. His name is Sharif D. King, also known as King Sharif. He's currently on the afternoon slot from 3 to 7 p.m. on 101.1 The Wiz. And his website, SharifKingShow.com, is extraordinary. And this brother is one of the most positive dudes I have ever met in this sometimes crazy industry, man. Welcome to the Convo, my brother. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for inviting me.
No doubt, man. So let's talk a little bit about your life, man, as a radio personality. And I know it could be very, very demanding. You've moved around a lot. You know, what would you say is one of your major challenges that you faced?
I guess my biggest task was getting involved with the culture. A lot of people may come to a certain market, and the market may feel like you don't know them. Like you feel like they don't know how long you're going to be here. They don't feel like you even care about engaging with them. So that has been the biggest piece, arguably, just to get affiliated with the culture. You know, learning the things that they like. You know, learning that they eat certain things, they go to certain places to party, they go to certain places to drink. Just the whole lifestyle of Cincinnati, Ohio was been a journey in itself, learning the artists. One thing I recognized was Cincinnati has a lot of artists, and they have yet to get recognition, but they have a lot of talent here. And so they always feel like they're being looked over, and they feel like no one really cares about the market. But you know, more than ever, you know, this market is starting to really grow and grasp, you know, the eye of all the major influencers, curators that are looking to take the game from point A to point B.
Right.
For me, it was just getting acclimated with people, places, and things that make up the culture, and to show them how much I really cared about being involved and not just coming to do a job and be excited about the job, but the things that surround the job. So yeah.
What kind of opportunities are you able to provide for local artists that, you know, may feel as if they don't have the support that they need?
I think the important part, or should I say vital part, is that I can provide advice. I think a lot of media personalities stray away from giving advice because they're focused on growing their particular brand, so they don't get to give advice. I think my thing is giving advice, and I also have SharifDking.com where I can place an artist that I like on the website. The other thing is that I place people on a website that I feel is worthy of the artist. I don't just take the artist because they're popular by demand in the market. Because you can be popular by demand in the market, but may not more so catch my eye or my ear for me to want to just put you out like that. So I'm not just taking whoever they say is hot and putting them out, but whatever I believe in is what I care to push forward. So I've been starting a YouTube where I'm posting videos of artists. They can send me their videos, and I put it on my YouTube. And then from there, I take the video and I place it on my website.
That's dope.
So I've been doing things like that. Also, I'm doing Sharif D. King, Who's Next, which is basically, you know, deeming the next artist that is next. Starting this showcase and really starting to put out the who's who here in Cincinnati.
That's dope.
So we're doing that, and then on top of that, it's more so about like really uplifting and engaging, and working on a podcast called The Crown Life, which is more so about the lifestyle. And I'm not just touching on just the artists, but pure players, pure people who are engaging and influencing and trend setting and captivating here in Cincinnati and also throughout the Midwest. I'll definitely have guests that are, you know, throughout the nation or international, whatever have you, but definitely focused on putting eyes on curators and bringing a national and international vibe to Cincinnati.
All right, man. The Natty definitely got somebody of high regard that is supporting their interests, man, and I'm sure they greatly appreciate that, man. Um,
Yeah.
just for like the listeners, man, because I know that your day is really hectic, and like I said, I appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your schedule to build with us here at the Convo. But what is a regular day like for you? I mean, you're on air from 3 to 7, but obviously, your prep time and everything starts kind of before that. Can you give us like a small rundown on the life of a radio personality?
Yeah, so I mean, you might start up early. I get up at about 6:30. I'm on social by 7 after praying. So 7 a.m. after the prayer is over. By 7:07, I'm engaged in social media, seeing what the rundown is, seeing what's been posted, and then I may hit the gym for an hour.
Okay.
I might hit the gym for an hour, come back, get dressed, and then head to the station to be there for about 10:30, 11 o'clock. Give or take, eat breakfast, and see what's going on. There's a lot of stuff in the station that you may have to cut commercials that just come down the pike.
Right.
You also have artists that just show up. Sometimes on Fridays, there are comedians or celebrities that are there that you got to take pictures with, run through social media, stuff like that. And then there's social media engagement that we're required to do here. So there's that. Then sometimes maybe 2-3 days out of the week, there's like van hits where we got to go out and about in the community. And I've been just trying to shake hands with a lot of different people in the community, let them know that I'm there. Because I was on air at night. I was 7 p.m. to 12 and was rated #1. And then they moved me to 3 p.m. to afternoon. So now Sharif the King in the afternoon. And we're really specializing on style, demeanor, and culture and lifestyle, and touching on tech. So I'm trying to get out here and really showcase influence and show people how much I care about the community. I just sat on a panel which was about black male media positivity. It's a black male media project.
Right.
And it was 11 all-star media candidates that sat on this panel from TV to radio on down, and it was just amazing. And I say that to say, like, you never know. You might have 2 events that you have to host. Like in a week's time, sometimes I have 4 or 5 events to host, and per day they just pop up, man. So like the day-to-day routine can change very often.
Wow.
And you got to maintain it. On top of that, I'm doing TV out here, so
Yeah.
there's just a lot of moving pieces. Excuse me, and not to mention, after I get off air, then getting out. You definitely want to get out and show people that you care and that you're supporting them and that you want to come out. So that's what I try to do to engage, the tri-state, Cincinnati, Indiana, Kentucky. Is just show them that there's love there and that I'm not just here. And that's a day-to-day approach. So you got to move around, try different restaurants, try different things, and be visual about it. Post it on your social as you're doing this.
Yeah, man. I was going to ask you, kind of like the importance and how important it is in terms of social media and branding. Like, because I noticed that you're very active in social media. And, as well as being an entertainer, I also work in education. And I try to talk to the kids a little bit about, keeping your social media clean in a certain sense, and making sure that you're very careful in some of the statements and things that you put out there. Can you explain to us a little bit about the power of branding and social media and how it's a very delicate balance?
But marketing and promotions has changed over time. I mean, I remember when you counted on a certain brand to post you or on their website, and it was only just a website. Now there's social media, and you can kind of build your own rapport with people
right
from your social media, engaging and things of that nature. So now social media is very candid, and it's important that you keep it clean. I mean, jobs are looking at your social media. It's almost like a digital resume,
right
to an extent. People are doing digital resumes now, and making whole websites for just their digital resume approach. And depending on what it is, it can be more serious.
Mm-hmm.
it can be more serious than what's going on here. So I think a lot of times people get things misconstrued,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't understand how important things are. And this is in any field, not just media, but in
Right.
any field. If you're on social media, your job is looking to see what it is that you're doing. You be active. You can have a business account and then you can have a personal account for just your friends if you're making it private. If
Mm-hmm.
you have it open, then I would suggest that you put your best foot forward at all times, at any time, any day, because anything could come down. And it's just about whatever statement you make, stand behind your statement.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter whether somebody's looking at it or not. You got to make that statement and make it stick. And I think a lot of times people forget what it is that they're doing, and they just put a statement out and forget that it can be seen and it can't be taken down. Once you put it out there, it's out there. Like there's something that they talk about, which is like a chain where people can find your stuff. And, FCC keeps this kind of thing going where they can find whatever it is that you tweeted or put out, even if you take it down. Like
Wow.
there's ways to see that stuff. You got to just be focused and very upfront, very vital with what it is that you're doing and how you move forward, and continuously build that rapport with yourself and fans, supporters, friends, family. Because one person is a million people. I always say this, and that one person could repost you, and a million people could take that, and
That's
then
true.
overnight you're viral.
It's very true. And yeah, so it's an extremely big responsibility for people, whether you have a million followers or whether you have 20, to definitely be careful on what you do and who you might influence when you put stuff out there. Speaking of influence, man, like who were some of the people that you looked up to or still look to for guidance in terms of becoming a multimedia personality? Who inspired you, man?
I think Eric Elston, he's my manager right now. He inspires me a lot. He shows me how to change things up and be more versatile. There's guys like Ryan Seacrest and Sway and Miss Info and Angie Martinez, and then there's Big Boy, and you have Steve Harvey, who was a big influence on me. You have Terrence J, and you have just a slew of major media personalities who have paved the way and showed me the way,
Mm-hmm.
firsthand how to really do things, man. I mean, just being able to climb the ladder and still climb the ladder and watch these people progress is phenomenal. And I have to say, hats off, man, to Sway and there's a bunch of different people at BuzzFeed that
For real.
they just give me a lot of love, and I love the fact that us as media personalities were growing, and you don't have to uh, be subjected to just one genre of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Style, demeanor, culture, music, entertainment. You can be versatile, and it's okay to be versatile. It's okay to uh, switch up and wear a tie today, and then wear a leather jacket and some sneakers tomorrow, and then some shoe boots, and it's okay for that. And I think those people have opened up the door for me. Really, really phenomenal people that have opened up the door and paved the way. Steve Harvey is big for me. Ryan Seacrest is big for me.
Mm-hmm.
Terrence J. Sway is big for me. Even you look at Miss Free and AJ.
Right.
Those people have paved the way for me because they were on these platforms that opened up the door for even some of the mega media stars of today, like Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne,
Definitely.
Jay Z.
Definitely.
Those people have relationships with those guys, and my fear is that I won't ever get that platform like a 106 in Park, because that was something I wanted so bad.
Yeah.
Um, and now it's gone. I mean, TRL is back, but I want to be able to have that influence and that guidance, and just be able to talk to the youth and just have fun, be cool, um, be terrific in every light. And I'm looking forward to that. And those guys really, really made it possible.
Yeah, and the one thing that I notice about all of those figures that you just mentioned, who were extremely influential and will always be, is the fact that they were very versatile. They were able to go from different genres and switch it up. I mean, Steve Harvey can go to from hosting and mostly urban morning show to hosting a beauty pageant. Ryan Seacrest, you could put him anywhere, and his charisma is definitely gonna carry him through his knowledge of music. So that's what I see about you as well, man. You always been one of the more versatile figures where it's like no matter where you're at, the people are gonna have a good time because you just bring such a positive energy, man. And I definitely see you getting to that point even without a 106 in Park, man. I feel like you're going to be the next creator of that major brand that's going to hold the attention of the youth, and not just give them a music but also give them hope, because I think people need that. And multimedia radio personalities, I mean, they're responsible for breaking music, they're responsible for breaking trends, but I also think they're kind of like the gas, in people's cars in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard it a lot of times where people say, yo, I listen to this show in the morning because it gets me ready for work. It puts me in a good mood. And I feel like that's the kind of reflection that you give to people, man.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, man. That's big coming from you, Doug. I mean, you have been phenomenal and always been a supporter and helped out in major ways, and I appreciate that love and
Always,
taking
man.
me through the masses. It's very important that you continuously do what you do, uplift and push that vibe, man. I'm definitely elated to just receive so much poise and praise from you, because it's the journey is just only beginning for me. Like, I've done a lot, and still it's just the beginning. So I'm looking forward to being syndicated and being on TV,
Yeah.
and being on 50 markets, 70 markets, 90 markets, and being international. And I'm getting a lot of international love now, and just rebranding the website, and talking to the youth as a whole. I definitely want to be an international brand, and for guys like you to see that in me is a fierce thing. And I pray that I can get to a morning show, man, and really solidify it. And so
Yeah.
sky's the limit, and even past that, man. I just want everybody to know, no matter what negative vibe comes your way, you keep it positive. At some point, it's going to become positive.
Right. Yep. For real, man. Well, listen, my brother, we know you got a busy day ahead of y'all. Y'all can definitely check out King Sharif on 101.1 The Wiz, and they also have their website as well, so you can stream him live if you're not in the tri-state area. Once again, my brother, thank you so much for just kicking it with me for a little bit. I've been wanting to get you on the Convo podcast for a minute now, so I had to re-up, get some new equipment. So this is kind of like, I guess you could say the second season of the Convo podcast, and you setting it off in a major way with the new equipment, man. So thank you so much for joining me, man. For real, for real.
I appreciate you for having me, man. And Doug, just keep it going, man. You are phenomenal. And whoever doesn't know about the media specialist, Doug,
Yeah.
killing things out here, man. And I appreciate your love and respect. And we're gonna keep it going, man. Anything you need from me, Doug, you're the guy. You're
Word.
the guy.
Thank you, man. And we're all so proud of you, man. Like over me and Sharif, we work together at MS Communications, home of Hot 97, WBLS and WLIB, and I can't tell you how many times, like, when your name is dropped, like, people are just proud of you. Like, everybody I work with, man, like, we're just happy for you. And because we knew that you had it, man. It was just like people recognizing that. And I think that sometimes inspiration and drive, it scares people sometimes, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Yeah, it does.
it when it's in you, it's in you. And Sharif, he had to blossom. You know what I mean? Like, it was nothing that was going to hold this man back, and I always knew that. So I'm just glad that the rest of the world is getting the opportunity to see that now, and it'll continue. And you never know, you will end up back in New York one day, man. If that's what your wish is, sky is definitely the limit, my
Yeah,
brother.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I mean, New York is a big market, and it's home for me. But
Yeah.
you really gotta be top tier, man. And I pray that God will continue to guide me and uplift me, and able to take my talents and allow me to soar and rise and conquer that.
Yes,
So
man.
if God allows me to get back to New York, I'm coming home, man, and turn up.
No doubt. So, to all my people in the Natty, you definitely got a gift right now. You know what I'm saying? He's a supporter of the community. He's supporter of the youth, and and like I said, the brother is definitely dedicated to the positive culture of media. Once again, this is Sharif D. King, aka King Sharif, and my name is D.Bail, and this has been the Convo Podcast. Peace and love to everybody. You can check out the replays on grustlemedia.com.